Hi, Tom Walls, Carbide Processors. Want to talk to you about making really top quality tools. I also want to learn to quit saying but anyway. Years and years ago, I'm old, years and years ago I realized that everybody else's job looks simple until you get into it, and the deeper you get into it, the more complicated it becomes. I don't know how a waitress remembers the orders for 6 or 8 people without writing anything down. I have a fishing buddy who's a florist. I used to think that Valentine's Day was a real boon for him, right? Prices are high, everybody buys flowers. Well, about 75% of the people who buy flowers buy them once a year on Valentine's Day, and the prices are high because people buy a lot of flowers for Christmas, so there's a shortage of flowers. So 75% of your customers deal with you once a year when the prices are highest and the service is the worst. Not that sweet a deal. Anyway, making custom tools. It's at the level we work at, the people we work with, it's incredibly complicated. The quality of the steel, the quality of the tungsten carbide depends. It goes all the way back to which mine it came out of. Different mines have different kinds of minerals in them that you can use to extract tungsten. Even if they have the same kind of mineral, there are trace elements in that. Some trace elements are much easier to remove than others. The kind of trace element you have in it can affect whether the quality is better or worse. Now guys are buying grinding machines that cost $250,000, and if you go to W.D. Quinn's website, that's W.D. Quinn, Q-U-I-N-N, W.D. Quinn. If you look him up on YouTube, you will see their grinding cold saws. Not real sure, but I'd be willing to bet they've got $1 million in that thing. When you grind saw blades, you can make a lot of smooth passes, or you can hog a lot of material off with a single pass, sort of like sanding. If you make a lot of smaller passes, typically you get a much better saw blade than you do with one big pass. Sort of like if you're sanding, you start with the rough stuff and then work your way down, or you can just use the rough stuff and let it go. Spray paint it black. Anyway, the drawback to this is you have an expensive machine, $1 million machine, that's tied up longer making additional passes. Tungsten carbide powder is pressed into saw tip shape into molds. The mold, because the powder is abrasive, the molds wear. As that mold wears, the pressing alters slightly, the shape alters slightly, so you need to keep replacing the molds. The longer you can stretch out a mold, the more money you'll make. Your product quality will deteriorate a little bit. It's just like making furniture. There is a huge level of complexity. If you're going to make good furniture, you can go pick you can go pick the 2x4s off the top of the stack at Saturday afternoon at Home Depot. And I don't know about your Home Depot, but in my Home Depot, my local Home Depot, there is a stack of 2x4s, and by Saturday afternoon you're down to the curly, twisty, bowed ones with the big knots in it. People go through sorting them out. Or you can go to a store where they have better wood. The retailer has better wood because they're working with a better wholesaler. They pay the wholesaler a little more. The wholesaler works with a broker or importer. They pay him a little more. The broker importer pays the mill a little more to get the better quality wood. The mill does more inspection, more sorting. Typically, to get the really high quality wood, the mill has a smaller yield. They get fewer boards per log, so that costs them more. They buy better logs. The better logs cost more because a logger has to be more careful handling them. To get the better logs, the logger has to bid on the better stand of timber, which costs them more. So it's all the way down the line. I suppose it's like anything else. To make a better tool, it's like making a better hamburger, like making a better piece of furniture. It's really good materials, it's good equipment, and it's somebody dedicated to, with the skill and the dedication to really do it. I know enough about furniture that I can recognize really good furniture. Unfortunately, I can't build it. Maybe someday. But that's the kind of thing that we put into tools, and I suppose the purpose of this message is to just try and explain to you the huge complexity and the incredible attention to detail we use, our suppliers use, their suppliers use, all the way back to which mine we're going to use for which material, to make which powder, to make which saw tip. So that's it, just sort of an overview. Thank you for listening. Bye.